Hi guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you clicking on my video. I've got a couple of projects today that I was saving to work on, to do something different, to share with you, and I've called it quits on these. I'm just going to move on and be done with them. The first thing that you see here is what I've turned into a headband. If you might have remembered seeing this quite some time ago. The yarn was Loops and Threads, Impeccable Stripes, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have any of that anymore. Oh, yeah, it was some of this. It was some of this. And so it was in a, as you can see, a red colorway that had some sparkly, not sparkle, spitting colors, you know, some mixed up different colors here and there, some maroons, some coral, some peach, some red. I really liked it. It was very pretty. And so it's 100% acrylic. And so I was doing this pattern called switching posts. And I was going to make a pillow cover for it. And when I got to, you know, about this tall across and got to the edge of the pillow, I decided it was going to be way too big, not fit right, whatever it was, whatever the deal was, because this was a while ago. This was a good while ago. And so what you're seeing here are front post double crochet clusters. So I decided when it was too big for the pillow, it got put to the side for a little bit, and I decided to wait until the inspiration hit and come up with something different. And so my first moving on was just to close it up together. You know, I just stitched it together at the end and made an ear warmer out of it. It totally fits very, very nicely. It's got a lot of texture and I love it very much. But the second moving on from it thing was that I was going to do a tutorial for it, and I did the tutorial, if I'm not mistaken, and I lost the footage, or I did a video showing you that I was going to make it into an ear warmer, and that is, I don't know. We're moving on, right? So yeah, so it's called switching posts, and these are front post double crochet clusters. So you kind of do like you're doing two together. So it just makes a front post double crochet like super fat. So it's very, very good and very, very textured. So we're moving on from that. The second thing we're moving on from also has 2 layers. Deep breath. This one's hurtful because I really, really wanted it and it did not come together, and I'm tired of thinking about it. So this is, if you just saw recently, Sweet Roll in the Mint Swirl colorway, and this is 2 double crochet rows at the same time. So if you can see here, I will try to show you how you're seeing. This was all done together. From here to here was done at one time, and that's 2 rows of double crochet. And then you flip it back around, and here's the next rows of 2 rows of double crochet. So it works up very quickly. I've got a tutorial for it. You do have to kind of pay attention to where you're sticking your hook, because you've got to make sure you've got all the right loops gathered up. But this is one that I really enjoy this project, or this stitch, because of how quickly it works up. If you want to be mindless, it may not be the right stitch for you, or maybe do something with this that's on a smaller scale, you know. But go ahead and check out that video of mine if you haven't seen that already. I do it in a half double crochet as well as in a double crochet. So this was the first part, is that I was showing you guys this stitch. I think I may have even been working with this blanket in the tutorial stages. And then so it was just this big green blanket. And then it was just this big, ugly, not ugly, but just this plain big green blanket, or not big either. Okay, so it's a lap blanket and it's green, different greens. It's lovely. I'm not complaining about it. I like it, okay? But my idea was that I was going to put this little white picket fence around it, and then I was going to randomly attach flowers to it. So it was kind of inspired by, I'm sure you all have seen that sort of beach look where you're at the sand and then the little turtles crawl up into the water and you're doing the different blues up at the top. That's kind of where I was inspired by this, and I wanted it to be like a flower garden. And I was trying to come up with these different flowers. I was looking up different tutorials, leaving all the strings long so I could sew them on. So I tried different ones. Like here's a little couple of you know, and it's, none of them are thrilling me. This one I thought was totally off a little bit. This one I thought, ooh, let's do some texture. Whoops. Let's do some texture. And it was a big, pretty sunflower thing. Not loving it. Not loving it. And then a couple here, you know, I just wasn't loving it. Wasn't loving it. So I don't know what I'm doing as far as the flower thing goes. And I'm tired of looking at it on my project table. So you know what? We're moving on. We've got a green blanket that is grass with a white picket fence and no flowers. There you go. You got to move on sometimes, right? Okay, so the rest of this video, I'm going to share with you a trip that I took to, I did some antique store shopping, whatever. If you may remember, I picked up some alpaca yarn from an alpaca farm, woman's little, so this antique place is like they rent out little spaces. And so everybody's got something different. One guy's got coin in his, one guy's got little Hot Wheel cars, one guy's got tools, you know, one is all furniture, one is all sewing, one is all, you know, glassware. Like it's a really neat place. And so I was alone on Friday. I went and got my nails done, and then I get a couple of hours to just roam and do things that my husband would not want to do with me. So this antique store has one up in the front, and then they've got a sister store in the back around the corner, you know, parking lot area. And they've got a lot of furniture. They've got a lot of other stuff that, you know, sometimes you see the same item. I bought this glass. I'll put it in the picture right here. I don't know why I bought it. I just liked it. And there's a ton of them there. So you could really get, you know, Smurfs or Garfield or like a lot of nostalgic glasses, things like that. Star Trek, Star Wars, I don't know. A lot of stuff. Anyway, I took pictures of things that I thought you might enjoy seeing that were either crochet or sewing related. And I'm going to show you this real quick. This is, she had 3 of these, and I actually bought one of them so that I could really take a look and recreate it. It's an apron, and this is a smaller one, so I bought it for my granddaughter to play with. And I was looking at it in the store and decided that I can make it. So I'll show you. Here's like a little band that she's got that's just some chain one, skip one. I can't see there. It's so small. Double crochet, single crochet, half double. I can't tell. It's very, very small. Maybe the next row is, maybe they're double. Maybe they're double. And so then the shell pattern, if you can see here, you've got some little shells, and then you've got just some solid areas with some spaces in between. It is gorgeous, and it's very, very small. It's got to be with some like that thread, embroidery thread that we sew with, or that we crochet with. So maybe I'll do it in cotton or maybe I'll do it in something different. But I thought that was really cute, and it was only $15. Bless her heart. That was a lot of work. We know that took more than $15 worth of work. And it was a little bit sad that some of the tags, some of the doilies and stuff were coloring, you know, they get that color after age or whatever. The tags where the prices were written on it were so faint. You know, these things have been sitting around there forever. So it felt really good to make that purchase and give it a home. And then this really cute little chair that somebody made with the lid of a can. I thought that was really smart. I wanted to share that. And then this area that reminded me of my grandpa's garage. There was like tools hanging, like very neat. My grandfather was a military naval man, you know, very, very, very specific. And so, and it kind of even had like grandpa smell, like, I don't know if there was a oil or a polish in there or something that took me back. And all these awesome circular knitting pins is what it says. It just, they look like, you know, I couldn't open it, but from the outside, it just looked like knitting needles, right? And then some vintage glasses that had a letter A on it. So I thought if I was going to have a party back in the day, this would definitely have been my set because it had a letter A on it. This awesome hot pad set that was all the layers of a hamburger. So it had the buns, and then it had like a piece of lettuce and a piece of pickles and a piece of, you know, different things in there, and tomato and stuff. And so that was really fun. Again, I couldn't open it up, but I tried to arrange it so that you could see exactly what I was talking about. And then for random, I saw this little mini fork set I thought was really cute. I had to include that. And This is one of those things, this next one, that I think I want to go back and get, or do I? I don't know. It was amazing. It's a little barn that was stitched onto like a piece of plastic. You'll see. You'll see. You'll lose your mind like I did. That was amazing. A pair of slippers, this beautiful yellow blanket that again is done in really, really small yarn or fiber, and it's huge. It's a big old blanket, and it was very, very inexpensive, and I felt very bad. It was laying on the floor when I saw it, so I had to pick it up and put it on a shelf. And then I went into this thrift store closer to home and found this amazing old sewing machine with the bottom foot pad, like the whole thing, and you could see there was a big wheel here that was going to spin the mechanism. It was beautiful. You got to see that. And then I know I'm trying to say that this is from Mr. Rogers. Went into a puppet stage. There was a trolley and this Judy puppet that was really scary, if you ask me, if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, if I'm remembering what I'm remembering. And this was an old owl and Judy doll that was kind of creepy, but maybe a collector would like those. And then also old and vintage, an Electrolux vacuum cleaner. My grandmother had one, and I couldn't not snap a picture of it for you. So I hope you enjoy my little tour through my antique stores, and moving on. Sometimes you just got to move on. So empower yourself to do the same. All right, guys, thanks so much for sitting with me today. Enjoy the little video montage if you don't mind, and please come back and see me again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.